Okay, see, from the OS boxes, I have downloaded the image for this CentOS 7. Okay, and we have option to download VirtualBox or VMware. So I choose VirtualBox since I already installed this VirtualBox software. And here we have option to download this VM image, and whichever the type of operating system, I choose CentOS, which is equal to RHEL. Okay,
Okay.
so I downloaded that and saved that file. Looks like okay. So we have 3264 bit also available. So better go ahead with the 64 because nowadays most of our testings and every software comes with the
Yeah, 64-bit is
64.
correct.
So I choose 64 and it's hardly 1.1 gig file. And the file looks like this. So something like a zipped file. You can unzip that. So once you have done this unzipping, just go to the VirtualBox, create a new image, something like some name you can use, and type is Linux, and this is Red Hat 64. Then enter and next. So instead of creating a new virtual hard disk or something, use an existing virtual hard disk. Then go ahead and create. So you will get, you can have some name, and I have this named as this as base OS. Okay, and let me turn it off. So the default username is OS boxes. I think osboxes.org.
Hi, Suyesh. Good morning. Sorry for the
Yeah,
delay.
no problem. We just started. Okay. So the root account password is osboxes and username osboxes.org. So this is the password you need to type here also. Let me stop this one. So once you have one base OS, you can create a clone. So clone is very easy. So some name you can write and just use this reinitialize this MAC address. Then the next a full clone or linked clone. Let me choose it as linked clone. See, it's described here what is a full and linked, and you can create as number of machines you want. So basically, it's all using the base OSS backend, and on top of that, it's just taking I mean the image from this base OS and creating new VM. So let me start this, and here also if you normally there is something I can see if you just try to a normal start, so you can see this error. So in that case, there are you can try the other option, headless or detachable. Headless means you won't see any pop-up for this VM. So detachable means it will pop up a window for this particular VM like this. Okay, just click inside and the password is osboxes.org. And also if you keep the cursor inside that, it cannot come out automatically. So you can just press the control key which is available on the right hand side. So you have control key on the left hand side and right hand side of the keyboard. You can see the control which is available on the right hand side. That is just near to adjacent to this arrow. And once you are inside that, just to go inside and hit click and open a terminal and check the password, I mean IP address. So this is something like 192.168.122.1. Let me turn it off and check the network side. Okay, let me expand this and see. I don't know why this is okay. Open that and see what is the IP address. And 192.168.56.101. Okay, let me come out of this and open a terminal. $56,101. Then I can use OS boxes or root also. Password is osboxes.org, right? And I can increase the font size. If you're comfortable, you can log in inside and do that. That is also work fine. So I can write my coding from here in the putty session. So I feel it's much more comfortable. Okay, now we will see a little bit about regex, or we call this as regular expression. Okay, so the regular expression is a character combination that express or that is used to define a set of combinations. So in a simple word, so it's like a equation or expression that define a multiple combination. Say for example, we will start simple regular expression dot. So dot represents any single character. Okay. See, if I write a dot b, suppose this is the regular expression. A dot b means a in between a and b there is one character. So it can be any character. It can be a number or number from 0 to 9, or it can be plus, minus, star, or it can be an alphabet, or it can be an uppercase alphabet, etc. So dot represents any single character. So if I write a dot b as regular expression, that means between a and b there is one character. And we have plus. So plus means one or more occurrence. Okay. So one or more occurrence means if I write a plus b means, so this expression will match with ab or aab, then aab, like a and n number of a and b. So what it's saying is, so b is the last one, and before b there is one or more a. I mean this plus applies to this character only, not to the b. So what is the character available before that? So plus means one or more occurrence of that character, and star is the one. This is similar to 1, but it defines 0 or more occurrence. So 0 or more occurrence of previous character. See, if I just use a star b means it will match with b, it will match with the b, ab, aab, like that, a n number of b. But here only the difference between these two is, so here one or more. I mean the previous character should be one or more occurrence. But here the previous character can be 0 or more occurrence. 0 occurrence means there is no a, only b. So that is about star. and there is a something like some number. Okay, so this means exactly n times. Say for example, if I write a to b, so this will match only with a b. That means it's saying that whatever the character, so this character should be exactly 2 times. And so m n or something like that. That means it can be minimum m and maximum n. Say for example, a to 4b. If I write this, so this expression will match with aab. That means 2 times minimum. Aab 3 is okay. Aab 4 is okay. But if I write aab means it won't match. The reason is it's having 5. Okay, so this is minimum and this is a maximum. So here we are matching in between. So there is another clause like caret. So that means beginning of the string. And dollar means at the end of string. Okay, so say for example, I'm just matching. Okay, hello ABC is good or something. I just want to search whether ABC is present at the beginning of the string. See, hello is good. I mean, dollar $ABC, if I just try to match here, then this will not match because it's expecting this comes at the beginning. I can use the parenthesis to match entire thing. I'll show you that exercise. I think it will be boring if I don't show anything. Okay. Hello A. Right. And if I just use the grep -e, I can use then ABC. This is okay, right? But if I use caret ABC, not I think with the caret symbol I'm not able to locate in my keypad. Yeah, under 6. This is not matching. Okay, but if my string is something like that, ABC is good, definitely it match. So the reason is $a, I mean, if you put caret symbol, that means, so that is expecting this has to be at the beginning of the string. So not by default, just ABC means it will search anywhere, but if you put caret means this expression means ABC should be at the beginning. And there is another thing I told, like dollar. If I put dollar means it's expecting at end. Say here, if at least ABC is like this, that is matching only this ABC which is available at the end. So dollar means it will match at the end. Then the caret symbol will match if it comes at the beginning. Okay, and let me do that. Hello. Uh, then if I just do a grep, you can use it for a file also, but I just use standard output here for testing. Then grep -e or e grep. Then my regular expression, if I use a dot b, A dot B means A followed by any character. Suppose if I use A hyphen B, that is also match. A space A B won't match, but A hyphen B also match. So A line B, that is also match. So that means dot is a single character. So it can be anything like alphabet, numeric, or etc. Anything. So if I use A plus B, will this match? No, right? See, I am expecting the plus means just this character. So A can be one or more times. But if I write AB, yeah, sorry, not here. I think I did a mistake. Yeah, plus means that will match. So plus means one or more occurrence. If I just use B alone, that won't work. Then if I use AAB, that is also matching. AAAB, and number of A's and B, that is also matching. So plus stands for one or more occurrence of previous character. But if I use star, it will match. Okay, even if I use star means it will match for AB, AAB, or and so on. And also it match for B because the star means zero or more occurrence of previous character. And if I use exactly 2, then it has to be AAB. But if I have a 3, that will match, but that is matching here, right? So in that case, see here we have exactly 2 that is available here, right? So even though it's a part of other character, that is fine. So in that case, I think there is one something like a backslash s or something. In that case, it won't. I think. Oh, okay. No, we'll have to check how to use this backslash s. And we have at most and at max, that also we will see. 2, 3. Here 3b. Okay. See, if I use 2, 3, so it will match with the like I said, if I have within the same also I have multiple, that will. So 2, 3. If I have something 4, but here also 4 means it will take only this 3 or 2 or 3 values from here, that will match. But exact matching, we need to do something else, because here just to search and check whether we have 2 or 3, then it takes. Okay, so this is just a basic introduction on regular expression, but there are a lot of options available in regular expression. So we'll have to go through this one by one and learn. Okay, and the simple thing I'm just saying echo hello, then grep. I don't know why this is not matching. If I use 09, then it should match. Okay, 0 to 9 means if I write something, that means any one character that is in this list. If I use A to Z means any upper character that is in the list. That will match only with the upper character, right? You can see the one which is getting read here is the upper character. So there is something like so this is also useful. So if you just write 0 to 9 means, so this represents any single digit. Okay, and A to Z means, so from A to Z. Then if I write uppercase A to Z means from uppercase A to Z. So for example, if I have a something like a 10 or any numeric 9, then if I use 0 to 9 in the regex, then it should match with this. If I use A or something, then A to Z should match. So A to Z means any single character within this list. So this means any upper character within this list. So that is what we have seen here. So if I use with A to Z option, then it's matching with one of that uppercase. So now we will move into Z. Just give me a few minutes. I will be back soon. Just a 5 minutes break. Yeah, hello.
Yes, Ish.
Okay. So now we will see this command sed. Okay, sed is called a stream editor, and it's also used for text processing. We normally use. So normally the way it uses sed, then there is something like some pattern, then one action. Okay, and this action may be, so by default P for print and D for delete. Print or delete, mainly this action. Okay, and the pattern, like we said, it can be a regular expression or it can be uh, just a string. Okay, and this is the one way, and another way to use is sed. So S for substitution, then pattern 1, then pattern 2. So I think this one most of you already seen in lot of examples. So this will take in from the input, it will search for this pattern, or it can be a string or a regular expression, and if it match, then replace that pattern or string with this one. And after that we have a lot of options like G for global replacement, I think I case insensitive, etc., and few more options are there. So this is the way normally we use sed. So sed, anyway, some pattern and action, then that is just for printing or deleting certain lines. And similar to other tools, so this sed also work line by line. So you take line by line. So first line, then second line, third line, and so on, and do this processing. So set pattern and action, then pattern, then this is for substitution, and this is for just printing. And we will see that exercise. Okay, so we'll take the exercise one by one. Okay, let me copy this etc password file to here. Okay. So this is a simple file, and what I'm just doing here is I just want to remove the line. Okay, and so the first line here you can see this is the root, right? And okay, let me take etc password file first, and I don't want a lot of entries. I'm just going to delete. Oh, sorry. So we have file here, right? So I can choose that. I'm just taking few lines. Okay. So if you see that this file password and that is having some line, right? If I use sed, then 1d, just action alone. Okay, I have not added any searching pattern here. Then password, this is the file. So you can see when it's printed. Okay, so this is where it's printed, right? But it started from bin, so that means it's removed the root. And if it's not clear, let's take a simple example. Apple, mango, orange is good, pineapple is okay, something. So I can, what I can use is set 1d and then file name. So that means it will delete the number. Okay, so 1 means the first line it will delete. So you can see the apple is deleted. If I use 4 means it will delete the fourth line. But it's just printing. It's not originally making any changes to this file. But if I do -d, -e, and then if I see cat fruits, I think yeah, it's not updating the original file, just printing the value by deleting that. So if I just use 1, 2, I think 1, sorry, no, I didn't use a comma here. So 1 and 2, the line number 1 and 2 from this file. So these two lines are deleted and the remaining lines are printed. So said 1, 2d, then the file name. And if I can use like a 1, or 2, 3, that means or 2, 4 means 2, 3 and 4 will delete. So technically it will print 1 alone. So this is just a deletion. Like I said, we have operation pat action. I just added the action alone and not added any pattern searching here, and it's just deleting. And the same way I can use like a p, but you can see the printing, but along with its printing original line only. To remove that, you can just use -n. See, P is for printing and D is for deleting. So deleting means by default, if I just use that D option, it will delete that particular line and print the remaining. But P means it will print that particular matching line along with the original content. So you can see that some values are duplicated here, right? But if you don't want that original file content, then use -n flag. Then here also we have option like a 1, comma 4 means line number 1 and 4 it will print. If I don't use this one, I don't know, 1 and 4 means everything it's printed, right? Oh, okay. So 1 to 4 means everything. Sorry, it's a mistake. So 1 to 4 means everything. It will be there. Just 4p means the fourth line alone. And if I use -n flag, it don't print that repeating line. Then we like I said, so the original pattern is something like a. We will see. Or original pattern is I just want to search this one and to do this action. So in that case, I can use the set. What is the pattern? So I can just use yes search or something with no login, right? I can just search with no login, then print those lines. See, this printing everything with no login. If I want to print mail, so it will print everything which is matching with this mail. Then while printing, I just want to use -n flag, then it won't print the remaining. Or if you can just use the delete also here. So if you are using the delete one, no need to use -n because it will delete that particular line which is matching and print the remaining one. So this is the first scenario, like we have a pattern and then action. Action can be P or D, and along with that we use -n if it's P, because P option will print the original content along with this new thing. So print and delete, P and D are the two options. And now we will go with this substitution option. See this root, I need to change this root to something else. So what I can do is Z -s, then root. This root I am just changing to star something. Then what is the file? See, here you can see. Or if you just want to say mail, that you can do. Or if you want to just use that no login to be replaced with this one. Yes, all the no logins are replaced with this one. So set -s flag is used for replacing. So it search line by line, and whenever it see this no login, that is replaced with this one. But so in this case, so it's doing on every line, right? So I just want to do on a particular line. So by default, like I said, it do process on line by line and every line. So I want to change the no login on line number 2. So in that case, what I can do here is just use this option. First before yes, 2. So it do change only on that particular line. And if I just want to just do it on line number 1 to 5, see all the line number 1 to from the line 1 to 5, what are the no login option? Then it's at replacing. So this is something like substitution, but we are controlling how many lines we want, or which are the lines we want to process, and also so we can specify the range of lines. So if I just want to do it on one particular line, say for example 10th line, then doing on the 10th line alone. So if I just use the comma separated value 1 to 10 means from 1 to 10 how many lines, and it till there it do replace. This is how sed work, and we will see much more examples by using regular expressions. See, whenever this mail or what else, mail spool. Okay, if anything starting with the S, we have to replace that with something. So what I can do is S. Or mail, which is starting. If I just use the mail means, you can see it's started only at the beginning, right? If I want to do it everywhere in the line, so I can use G for global replacement. So by default, like I said, so it processes line by line. So every line it processes, but it processes on the first occurrence only. So here the mail is replaced with star star, and it's doing here. But we have in the same line, we have another mail also that is not replaced. So in that case, I can use G flag. So G for global replacement. And here, I'll tell you one more thing. So just I want to replace the root with the root 123. So we have seen how to replace this root with the star, right? But I want this thing with the root 123. What I can do here is not matching, right? So because I think this parenthesis and all have some special meaning, so you have to use backslash here and a backslash here. Okay. And if I use backslash 1, I think, then backslash 1. Yeah. So there is something called grouping. Okay. So grouping in a regular expression, I mean, so that we can use in sed also. So grouping means, so we will write some regular expression inside this. Okay. See if it's A dot B. So whatever the matching thing, so we can use, I mean, refer by backslash 1. So in my regular expression, I have multiple parentheses like this. I mean, the multiple things. Then the backslash 1 means the first match, backslash 2 is the second match, backslash 3 is the third match, like that. So I can do that way also. So what I'm using here is just a root, a string, and that is matching here, right? And that will be whatever the matched part will be available on backslash 1. So that then I use backslash 1 hyphen backslash 1 means, see, root hyphen root, or I can use backslash 1 1 2 3. I mean, the root might be replaced with root 1 2 3. So backslash 1 represents root, and we will take the simple hello.txt. I can do set -s. Okay, what I'm writing here is, so whenever there is a combination of, I think there is something like alpha and num in shell script regular expression, you will just see. Oh, okay. So there is something like alpha for alphabets. Okay. And alpha numeric and alpha like this. Blank, control, digit, lower, print. So this is the same as this one. Okay. Alpha numeric. Then alpha is something like A to Z. We will copy that and try it here. Then I am just replacing that with this one. Okay, so here, so this is clear, right? So this stands for any single alphabet. So any single alphabet means any upper or lower case, it will match. So if you go to the first line, and then the first line by line is process. Then in the first line, it take the first character, so it will match. As I said, if you don't use the hyphen G flag here, for every line, it processes only the first match alone. So if it goes through this line by line, the first line it match with the H, then H is replaced with hyphen, and the second line T, then T will be replaced with hyphen like that. So if I use G without G, it will do process only the one occurrence. And what I am doing here is just alpha plus. If I do, I think I don't know why this is not working. This plus, I think I have also, yeah. Because in shell the problem is unlike other language regular expression. See, this means this is clear, right? So this portion represents any single character. That is same as this one, A to Z like that. Any upper or lower character, any single character, which can be anything in this list. It can be one uppercase or one lowercase in between A to Z. And instead of that, you can write this one, or this is same as writing this way also. S, then A to Z, then A to Z, then matching, that is replaced with this one, then hello.txt. Both are same. So this is simple way, and this is some somewhat complex way, but actually in other Python and Perl and other languages, so there is an easy way to represent this \w, but that won't work here. So here you have to use this way, alpha. And you can have this multiple occurrence of this one. So plus means multiple occurrence, but the plus is also will not work here. The reason is the plus has also, it is just normal plus. So in order to override that, just use hyphen. So plus means, so one or more occurrence of alphabet. So one or more occurrence means it will match entire this thing. So here in this thing, here this thing. So that is replaced with this one. And just okay, you can write this thing within the bracket. And if I write the bracket also has to be escaped. And here, whatever the matched one, just I'm typing again one more and one more word the same way I'm writing. Okay, one more word followed by space. Then what I can do is I can just replace \2 and then \1 like that. That means from my original string, so this is how this looks like, right? So what I want to say is just a grouping. So this is the first group, then there is one space, and then second group. So it will match the first combination. I mean, one or more occurrence of characters will match with this one, and then there is a space. Okay, that is fine here. And after that, string. I mean, one or more occurrence of these characters plus. So that will match here also. So that means \1 is this one and \2 is this one. So after replacing, I'm just using \2 here and \1 here. So that means, so hello world will be replaced world hello. Then this is replaced by is this. Then by okay means okay by. And also here I can use in \2. I can write it in, then it looks like this one, and \1 I can write this way. So a lot of alteration I can do. And if I want one more times \1, I can use here. So this is the matching pattern and this is the replacing pattern, and here we grouped together the first group and second group. So we have got two groups. This is clear? Hello? Yeah. I mean, the regular expression is like a mathematic. So only thing is, if you are very clear, then it will be interesting. Otherwise, it will be very boring and challenging. So only thing is, better try to do a couple of practice and do it. Also read. I think this documentation is good in the sense of this one. All these things are available. Space, right? You can write. Okay. So this also we can make use. Test 2 dot hello. Okay. See, I have something like this. So once here one space and here one tab. I just want to alter. Say the example, my should come first and like this, right? I'll show you what this is looks like. But my first is good first. I mean, is Python good second, like that. If it's confusing, then I don't want this one. Okay, so this is my input string, but I want my first and my hello, then is Python by okay. So if I use Z, then S, now I can write this A to Z, then there is a space, then this A to Z, I need to use the plus, then hyphen, then use a parenthesis. This is for grouping, and this has to be escaped here also, and one space, then use the same thing, then replace \2 \1, that's it. Then but that is not happening here because, and here also, because this is single space, right? But here not single space. So single space means after that nothing is there, right? So for that means this combination won't match for these two lines. The reason is it's expecting a single space, but we can have the combination of multiple space. So for that we can use this space option, white space, or one or more white space. We can use the plus symbol. Then if you are using plus means backslash, then everything joined together. Now if you see, this is all replaced. Any questions here?
No, yes.
No, Satish.
Yeah. Do you have any questions? Hello?
No, Satish. No, Satish.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay. See, the thing is see, we just need to go through this thing, especially this is for shell script. But if you look into the other language, so this is slightly different. So instead of this, we use backslash W, then backslash S, and blank, then control digit means backslash D we use for Python and Perl. But the shell script, it's slightly different. But you can just go through this and learn. Okay. And this is used for, I mean, the replacing or substituting the thing. And mainly we use the regular expression here. And based on that, so we will be doing the replacement. So there are a lot of application where to, if you use the regular expression, because it's something like hard-coded search, it will be very difficult. Say, for example, you have a file and which contain all the username, and you want to replace, or you just want to hide that username details from the when you are sending that information to client. Say, for example, let me take an example. Test3.txt allow something abc at see, this is some file, okay, test3, but you want to make sure like this email information you are not sending to that third party person. So you want to hide this in from the file. So how do you do that? So there is a simple application, right? Maybe the social security number that, so first you need to identify the pattern, because see, we are not sure like what, in which format this name will come, I mean email ID. So one thing we are sure is it end with the .com. I mean, maybe that is different, then we need to change that logic. And at symbol also is there. So between at symbol and there is some dot and something, and this is the combination we are expecting, right? So in order to do that, just to do set, then one is alphanumeric combination. I mean, one or more characters. So definitely we are expecting some space, so that is also fine. Then for alphanumeric, what is the value we can use? Lower and digit alpha. Then, so this is the one we can use for alphanumeric, right? And this can be one or more combination, and we use this one. And the next is at symbol, right? Again, after at symbol, there is again alphanumeric multiple combination, then dot com. I don't know whether this will work. The reason I just did is test3.com. Just use -com, then it should not, it should, yeah. But if I don't use backslash for this .com, that is replacing. So better we need to use backslash for the dot also, because the dot means by default it will match any character. I don't want anything. If this combination comes, I'm sure it's not an email ID. It may be something else. Okay. So this is we are doing, but if you look back to this original file, and you can see the contents are still there, right? And we can do that using -e option. One second, -e or I don't remember that. I need to revisit. I think -i. Then if I use test3, you can see, so those are replaced. And maybe some pattern. So you need to identify the pattern. So pattern may be same for all those things, but the value only different. And based on that pattern, you can use. This is the application mostly you can make use of. So when we are sending some important alert to someone else outside your team, you can just encrypt those values. This is clear?
Yes, we just have to go through again.
Yeah. So first, I'll give you this link. Just go through this thing well, and you can make use of this thing along with the set. And out of this regular expression, you can try. Regular expression you can try with the grep, set, and awk also. This you can try here in set, so that you can see that how this works. I'll send you this link and refer to that. I'll send you in the chat. So any other questions here?
Good, Sigesh. Yeah.
Okay, I think the most thing we have covered. We have few more commands to see. After that, we will do some hands-on exercise and test. Okay, so let's wind up for now, and we'll meet next week. Next Saturday, I will not be available. So next Sunday, we will meet and do that. So also, once you get some time, so do some exercise, because the main thing is that there is not much theory to learn here. Only thing is exercise. So do some exercise, and next week onwards we will do some more exercise. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Done, Sigesh. Thank you so much.